Hello there, I'm Tom Warden on behalf of the Center for English and Additional Languages, and I'm going to be telling you a little bit about our participation in the L²EI program. We have two different aspects to this program. The first is the additional languages component. For this, we have decided to start with our Korean language offering. And our Korean teacher, Miss Lim Soo-yeon, has very kindly provided a few PowerPoint slides for us to take a look at. So, without further ado, I would like to go ahead and show you a few of these slides so that you'll get some understanding of what we are looking at. Now, we have some lovely pictures here of South Korea. Let's take a closer look at what we've got on offer. The first thing is exploring Korean culture with specific emphasis on festivals and celebrations with various customs. As this is currently an online offering, obviously we're going to be using PowerPoint and video clips. We'll be taking a look at the most famous and representative festivals and unique celebrations. We'll be considering what the particular customs in these festivals and celebrations are. And then we come to something, very interesting. The drinking culture in Korea. Now, I don't think we would find this in Hong Kong, the drinking culture in Hong Kong, at least not as it pertains to Lingnan University students, because it's not really a thing here. But apparently it is in Korea. And I do have some colleagues in my department who used to work in Korea, and they told me it was a very common habit to go out with their students to bars and go drinking. And I thought, well, my goodness, in all the years of teaching here in Hong Kong, I can't remember ever going out drinking with my students. Well, in Korea, it is quite a common habit. And we're going to look at proper etiquette based on drinking partners. Another thing we'll be taking a look at is unique gifts for special days as they relate to Korean language expressions. Another topic that I think you will find very interesting is Korean cuisine. I know that Hong Kongers love their food, and there are plenty of Korean restaurants right here in Hong Kong. Well, we're going to go to the source, Korea itself, and we're going to be looking at all sorts of different cuisine, ranging from traditional right down to the street. This is going to, again, take the format of online presentations, PowerPoint, video clips. We'll be looking at table manners. Now, I don't know about you, but I tend to associate table manners with, for example, the Queen of England. Which fork should I use? Which knife should I use with such esteemed company? But in fact, even in places like Korea, we have to take into consideration table manners. And we're going to have pop quizzes to make sure that you know exactly how to follow protocol. We'll be looking at Korean traditional foods with photos and videos, and this will include an overall overview. We'll be looking at how to make that delicious spicy snack, kimchi, as well as other snacks, traditional foods and drinks, and which will include, as we've previously mentioned, alcohol. Finally, we'll be looking at street food, including how you can make spicy rice cakes and pancakes. Once we're done with the cuisine, we're going to move on to Korean cinema. Now, Korean pop culture has been something that has taken the world by storm. And one aspect of that is Korean cinema. Korean cinema is something that can be enjoyed just for its pure entertainment value. But we want to take a look at a few of the films with an eye to some of the more significant underlying issues. We're going to start with a movie called Taxi Driver from about 3 years ago. And the focus of the discussion in this case will be something that is quite relevant to people in Hong Kong, and that's to do with democracy and personal freedom. Once we've completed that, we'll be moving on to another movie that was shot about a year earlier called The Homecoming. In this case, another sensitive topic to do with violence, to do with abuse, specifically as it relates to war, the trauma caused by war, the consequences, how that affects people in society, particularly the vulnerable ones such as women and children. After this, we'll round it up with a movie that is very well known now because of the awards that it has recently won. A movie that was just released last year called Parasite. I'm quite sure you will have heard of it, and perhaps some of you have seen it. And in this case, we're going to be taking a closer look at capitalism and globalization with reference to the inequality that it seems to have perhaps exacerbated amongst human beings. This brings to a conclusion the part of the additional languages component to the L²EI program for the time being. Next, what I want to look at is a couple of slides provided to us by our ELS coordinator regarding some of the offerings of that program. Now, there's something that we want to start out with that is coming up very soon. In fact, it's later this month, and that is an English enhancement workshop for job interviews with our visiting English tutors. So this is going to take place on April the 28th at 8 p.m. And it will be delivered via a platform that I'm sure all of you are very familiar with by now, and that is Zoom. Other things that we're going to be looking at next term are hostel events and workshops such as, for fun, a scavenger hunt, cooking classes, these sorts of things, as well as some more academically focused items such as presentation skills and writing workshops. In the event that we're still dealing with some of the health concerns at that time that have kept us from having face-to-face meetings, these things will go online. There will also be the regular ILP activities such as movie night and meals with the vets. Not to mention our regular services, the drop-in center, IELTS practicum, writing tutorial services, and the speaking studio. Again, all of these will go online if necessary, but obviously we're all hoping that by that time we can be meeting face-to-face again. Thank you for following this little presentation, and I hope to see you participating in some or even all of the activities that I have just mentioned.